Is there a weird thing, right? There's this underground organisation that's attached to the dead collectors. So they're creating this league of this sick, I don't know.
Is it a hunting league?
Yeah, it's kind of like...
Where you can go around to shoot as many shamblers as you like?
Oh, I think it's worse.
Worse? What's worse?
Doing all sorts of weird shit.
Sexual shit.
You name it.
Can finger a shambler.
You can do anything.
Ugh. That's got to be a smelly, messy affair.
Yep. Oh, have I gone too dark?
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
He jumped over 3 linebackers in midair, sprouted endless, like a gazelle.
No one laughs at a master of quack fu.
Real nice.
Many have died from starvation due to the difficulty of finding enough food, such as seals.
Shut up.
No more Mr. Nice Duck. That's it. Right, Mr. Sitz?
What do you make of that? You know, it's the most fantastic story I've ever heard.
The Brown Carpet Podcast.
Welcome to another From the Vault episode of the Brown Carpet Podcast. My name's Corey Farrell.
And I am Josh Groom.
Now, Josh, this was good because we took a really weird story. What was it called? Extreme
embalming. This is about a young man whose family decided to take a very unusual direction with his funeral.
Yeah, he was like a Celtics fan. He's in his Celtics jersey, Kyrie or something, and playing his video game.
They set him up in a chair playing NBA 2K.
With his snacks.
Bag of Doritos. Bloody weird.
So we took it and turned it into like a Epstein Island, a zombie island. No, not Epstein. That's the wrong
Minus the
term.
pedophilia. It
Yeah.
was kind of like a zombie island where you could go to this island and do whatever you wanted with zombies, I believe.
Yeah. And we had David Cross.
Kathy Bates.
And
Jordan Peele.
Old mate
Jordan Peele.
Yeah. We enjoyed it, so much so that we wanted to show it again.
Strap in for one more time.
Enjoy.
What's the news story that we've got this week?
I don't know. Josh, what is the news story?
I have it in front of me.
You do?
I do. Let me read it to you. Family poses slain teen's body with his PlayStation and Doritos at his funeral. The family of a New Orleans teen tragically killed in a shooting last month wanted their loved one's funeral to honour him just the way he lived. So they had his body embalmed and posed in a recliner with a PS4 controller in one hand. His mother, Tamika Matthews, said her son was a bit of a homebody who loved the Boston Celtics. Well, that's...
It's his first mistake
right there. So she and the family decided on a non-traditional way of remembering him. Non-traditional is one way of putting it. Instead of the standard casket, the family positioned Matthews at the head of the room, seated in a chair in front of a TV playing NBA 2K. The Celtics fan was dressed in sunglasses and a Kyrie Irving jersey with matching socks. Next to his chair, on the end table, the family lined up some of their son's favourite snacks, a bag of Doritos and some root beer. The funeral home has hosted a variety of unusual funerals. These are called extreme embalmings. Back in 2014, the funeral home reportedly put together a wake for a 53-year-old woman whose family asked her to be posed at a table with a cigarette and a beer. Matthew's wake is a surprising but loving tribute to the high school student whose life was cut short by the shooting. Yeah, so that's what we've got to work with. Let me start off with a question.
Yes.
If you were to, heaven forbid, get hit by a bus on the way out...
I'm glad you said heaven forbid, thank you.
On the way out...
You care about me?
I don't believe in Jesus, so that means nothing. But let's say you carked it tomorrow.
Yep.
Let's consider this like a living will of sorts. Okay. How would you like us to pose you at your funeral?
Okay, so I want to be open casket, timed at the perfect part of the eulogy where it's the most emotional.
Okay.
Because it will be when I die.
Oh, mate, I've got a great speech.
German techno kicks in, and I'm attached to wires, and I come out of the coffin and just Thunderbird,
nice,
like the Thunderbirds. Also, I want to pay for...
Do the Michael Jackson Thriller dance, actually.
Part of my will, I want to pay for a B-grade celebrity.
Okay. What sort of level?
It depends when I die, but I'd like Harold Bishop to be there, like Harold Bishop level.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to be sitting there and just so someone sits down and goes, how did Corey know Harold Bishop? What's the connection? Just pay him to come and mourn.
Get Toadfish in there.
Toadfish Rebecca?
Yep.
Toady, I didn't even think.
Is that Toadfish?
It's Toady. Yeah, Toady's better. Forget Harold. I want Toady.
Mates. Yeah,
Toady.
Yeah.
How about you?
I was thinking, because I'm a little bit of a basketball fan, I was thinking maybe set up a backboard and a rim and hang me from the basket like I've just dunked. Maybe just on one hand, like with the Knicks jersey on and stuff, and so like my friends and family can come through and like high five my other hand. And maybe a few of my enemies, string them up underneath me, so it looks like I'm dunking on them like for all time. I think that'd be...
Like a photo booth, people can just get underneath you like that.
Yeah, everyone can get dunked on by me at the funeral.
That's great.
I think that's a classy way to go out.
So what do we got? We got weird embalming.
Extreme embalming.
Does this take off?
Yeah.
Does it posing bodies become a trend to the point where it becomes an epidemic? So there's just dead bodies posed
all over the shop.
All over the shop. One step further.
Okay.
Is it more sinister? Is it like, I mean, that'd be the shittiest zombie apocalypse of all time. Like going from like Walking Dead to
Posing dead.
Doing nothing dead. Yeah, posing dead. But maybe it could be that it's part of a game. And it's like controlled by like a Jigsaw type character.
Okay.
Getting on the horror theme.
Yep.
And he's posing all these bodies around, and it's like almost like a obstacle course.
Okay.
So it's a little bit sawish. So people have to get through all these dead bodies. It's like a game.
What do you mean get through? How do they got to get past the bodies?
Like a Tough Mudder.
What's the challenge?
But just dead bodies.
Oh, like a mountain of dead bodies you got to clamber over.
Yeah, but they're all posed in ways to be awkward.
Difficult to get around.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're doing like kung fu stances and stuff.
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay. No, I see where you're going with that. I mean, I was thinking very much along the same lines.
I just went to drink the mic.
Don't drink the mic. If it like the natural extension of it is if it blows up, then everyone's going to be getting these done, but not just in funeral homes. Like, so if your mum was into rock climbing, we'll harness her to the side of a cliff. Have the funeral at the bottom. Your granddad enjoyed mowing the lawns on the weekend. Yep. We'll sit him on a ride-on lawnmower and just get him to do laps around the house for the next week or so. Maybe
just mowing your lawn.
Yeah, just mowing the lawn. Just doing that's what he loved.
Yeah. You're saying putting dead bodies to work?
That's interesting.
Like a workforce.
That's interesting. Without animating them, that's difficult. But there are some things you can do with just limp bodies.
Yeah.
Tackle practice at footy.
That's true.
You can line them up as like tackle bags, crash tackle into them. Stuntmen.
Yeah.
For movies.
I do have to say something now because I just realised.
Yeah.
A couple of weeks ago, we really squeezed in a Weekend at Bernie's theme. And then this comes along, so I'm pissed off. I squeezed in a Weekend at Bernie's theme, which I always try to do. And this just presents itself. This could have been a Weekend at Bernie's
This one's
thing.
a layup.
Yeah. So
that's the first extension of it, yeah?
Right.
At some point, technology is going to get better to the point where the next step of extreme embalming is temporary resurrection. Not full back to life, but like a little bit of animation. So like, I don't know, your sister died, but she used to love dancing. Maybe you just got her at the front of the...
Is this like a bit of a Swiss Army knife thing? Swiss Army man?
Possibly, yeah. So maybe people are doing, like, maybe they...
Why are people regenerating and just roboting?
Well, if she loved to robot dance, that's what she loved.
Also, this guy, I see a picture of this guy being embalmed.
Yes.
I cast it. Flav. He kind of looks dead already anyway. He's death warmed up.
He really
Flav is a perfect casting for this.
He's perfect casting.
Keith Richards in there somewhere.
That is an uncanny resemblance to Flava Flav.
It really is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Put a clock around his neck. It's fucking Flava Flav.
Wow, well spotted.
Yeah, boy.
So let me continue with my natural extension. Let's say scientists then work out how to bring back a loved one for like a limited amount of time. Like you get a few hours.
This is a bit Black Mirror.
Maybe half a day.
Yep.
Where they're not fully back to life, but kind of just like a bit shambly, a bit zombie-ish.
Yeah.
So you can get them to do stuff that kind of makes the family all feel good about it.
Yeah.
So that's one extension.
Yep.
Then, a few years down the track, science takes another leap. We can actually bring them back.
Is the film we're creating chronicling this? Or
I think so.
Are you just getting to the point?
I reckon we open
Is this
with.
the longest
I reckon we open with a massive montage.
A 50-year montage of science getting to the point where we can reanimate corpses.
We can reanimate corpses. They don't come back to life, like they're not going to hold a conversation, but they will shamble around and do simple tasks. So then this new problem is created where the dead just keep increasing. They're all shambling. They're all at their favourite places. So supermarkets are full of them. Cinemas are packed with them. They're shambling down the streets. They're
Shambling. Shambling corpses everywhere.
Shambling corpses everywhere.
Yeah.
Now there's this need for this new business, like exterminators of sorts. They're not exterminators because the zombies aren't necessarily aggressive or dangerous. They're just annoying. They're just everywhere.
Okay.
So they're more like garbage men. They just come around once a week and just pick up the dead collectors, if you will.
Dead collectors.
Dead collectors, just tossing them in the back of the truck and, no one seems to be using this one. He's just taking up space. We're chucking him in the back of the truck.
Right.
So there's these rival companies dead collecting. Some do it cheaper.
Yeah.
Some do it with a bit of
what's
flair.
the payoff, though, for them? Where's the money in this game?
I guess just they're cleaning up the streets, basically.
Yeah.
So maybe the council employs them.
Yeah.
But at some point, if they're doing their job well and if they're competing well enough, there won't be that many dead left pretty soon. So here's the sinister side.
What?
Maybe they start, we're running out of corpses to pick up. Maybe they start animating on their own to kind of bulk up. Like they go into graveyards and they're digging up.
Right.
Let's animate these blokes because it's just more work.
It goes
for them.
underground.
Yeah.
Literally goes underground.
It goes underground, exactly.
They go underground.
Yeah.
So they're just reanimating old like, and then does something go wrong? Because it's okay to reanimate someone that's recently dead.
Yep.
But the process, it's a bit mad scientisty. When someone's been dead for a while,
gets a little sketchy.
Gets more zombie.
Right.
So then you've got this gamut of dead. So you got the shambolic.
Yep. The freshies.
You got someone who it goes from someone who's like really hungover and can't do anything, kind of someone who's had a big night in the piss.
That's a fresh one.
That's a fresh one.
Yeah.
What happens to on the other end of the spectrum?
Maybe those ones are a little bit dangerous. Yeah.
More like traditional zombies.
Yeah, a little bit bitey.
So where's our hero in all of this? Do we have a hero on the dead collector's side, or do we have someone who rises up literally?
Oh, stop it.
Is it someone? Is a shambolic corpse that is the hero in this?
Who would you cast in that? I mean, you need someone that can just groan his way.
Keith Richards.
Keith Richards is perfect. Keith would do it really well, actually.
Yeah.
But with Keith and Flava Flav in a film, you're pretty much propping up dead people as it is.
Exactly. Their method.
Yeah. They've been doing method for the last 30 years. So, all right, well, what if our hero is either they're dead collectors?
Yep.
They're recently arisen dead, shamblers.
Like, what are they called? Shamblers?
Shamblers?
Yeah.
Okay. Because, I mean, these shamblers have, like, the intellectual capacity of a millennial playing Pokemon Go. They're just fucking...
Is there a weird thing, right? There's this underground organisation that's attached to the dead collectors. So one of these dead collectors isn't doing the right thing. He's siphoning off shamblers into some sick Hunger Games type vibe.
Okay.
You feel me?
Yeah.
And
I see people like
they're desecrating corpses, like
chuck them on an island, hunt them down for big bucks.
That's right.
Yeah.
And maybe there's a situation where this dead collector is connected to a recently bereaved, I don't know, woman. I don't know, but there has to be some connections
that made it personal. Yeah, that made him actually feel it.
Yeah.
He was just going along with it, raking in the big bucks.
Yep.
Then all of a sudden, he became, maybe it's his wife passed, his sister, something that immediately connected.
He notices a relative.
Oh yeah.
While he's he's collecting
in the back of the truck.
Yeah.
I know that one.
And then he pieces together what they're doing.
Yeah.
So they're creating this league of this sick. I don't know.
Is it a hunting league?
Yeah, it's kind of like...
You can go around to shoot as many shamblers as you like?
Oh, I think it's worse.
Worse? What's worse?
Doing all sorts of weird shit.
Sexual shit?
You name it.
Can finger a shambler?
You can do anything.
Ugh. That's got to be a smelly, messy affair.
Yeah. Oh, have we gone too dark?
But it's Friday the 13th, so we should go dark.
We've got to go dark.
That's what this is about.
Will Mitchell, a nana from a nursing home as an imposter, wannabe.
Oh, pretending to be a shambler. Is that what you're saying?
Maybe there's a couple of heroes in our story, right?
Right.
So we've got the dead collector that defects.
Yeah.
Because he goes, fuck, this whole system's shit.
I see what you're doing. You're putting together a ramshackle team.
Yeah.
That's going to try and take it down.
Someone who does a Mrs. Doubtfire type thing.
Dresses up as a shambler. A nana from a nursing home.
Yeah. So we've got an old person.
Yep. Kathy Bates.
Yeah, they get together and like, let's take down this. Who's this overarching people that are?
The Dark Overlord.
Who's the Dark Overlord in this?
Who's running the hunting thing?
That's what we want.
David Cross.
David Cross.
That's
is
great. Running it all.
Yeah.
From his mountain on high.
What's this organisation that deals with the shamblers?
So it's a hunting league of some sort, like
it's a do what you want league.
Do what you need to do.
It's a necro
whatever.
Yeah.
So you can go to this dead island where they just stockpile them, the shamblers.
I think it's more like it's more like an industrial estate.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe out in the outback or something.
Yeah.
Hard to get there.
It's a purpose-built arena.
Sure.
That's kind of like urban mixed with wild.
Yep.
Bit Hunger Gamesy, you know what I mean?
Who's the dead collector? Give us some casting ideas.
Dead collector. Who's the dead collector?
Jordan Peele. Emilio Estevez.
Emilio Estevez would be good.
It's been a while since Emilio's.
Maybe Jordan Peele. Okay, yeah Jordan Peele is
making
sees
big bucks.
Too much.
Sees way too much.
Sees way too much.
He's jaded.
Yeah.
He's like, fuck this.
Enlists the help of
this nana.
Maybe
he helps out on the weekend at the nursing home. That's how they know each other.
Right.
And like one weekend he confesses to her, like, oh, this shit's going down, and she's like, I can help get inside. I can, I'm pretty much dead as it is.
Yeah. Maybe she's terminal and she's like, I'm going to die anyway.
Yep.
I'm kind of a shambles as it is.
Yeah.
Let me be a shambler.
She gets trucked out to this compound.
So it's a bit Handmaid's Tale-ish. This is a whole new society of like the hills have eyes type thing, you know what I mean? Like this weird... Sorry, I'm just saying a lot of films.
Who's the dudes that are paying for this? This is like rich people who just want to get their...
Rich white dudes.
Yeah, it's rich white guys.
It's rich white dudes.
Yeah. They want to go out there and shoot a couple shamblers.
Woody Allen.
Maybe Woody Allen.
Woody
definitely.
Allen's involved.
Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah. So she's gone inside the compound.
She's in?
She's in.
Is she being fingered already? Is she being hunted? What's her fate?
Let's just not. Let's leave some fingering out. We don't want to. I want this to be horror, but I don't want it to be.
It's a good title, Granny Fingerer.
It's a good title. I'll give you that.
Okay,
it's a different film.
It is a different film.
Oh, I don't want to be too graphic because I know some weird stuff's happening.
There's definitely weird stuff. Maybe she doesn't end up in the darkest of the dark. Maybe
No.
she's just doing. There's some weirdo that likes like human furniture. So she's basically just
a table,
a stool or a table for someone. He's just resting a beer on her forehead, and
yeah,
it's pretty demeaning for her.
Yeah,
but it's not the worst. It could be worse.
Could be worse.
Could be a lot worse.
So David Cross is the evil overlord.
Yep, he runs the whole situation. There's Jordan Peele, who's the hero.
How's he going to take it down?
So maybe he figures he can't do it alone.
No.
In order to take it down, perhaps because he's got access to the shamblers.
Yeah.
Maybe he builds a little shambler army of his own. Fill a plane with them, and kind of use them as like just drop them in.
So he can fly a plane as well.
Yeah, he's multi-skilled.
we are struggling.
Ex-Navy SEAL.
Jordan Peele, ex-Navy SEAL, come dead collector.
Sure.
Okay, okay. Maybe he's a bit of an assassin.
Yeah.
He's got a past.
He's got a past.
He served in Iraq. Technology advances and they program a shambler to sneak in and infect them with a mutated AIDS virus. But that makes it worse.
Oh, okay. That escalates the issue. And then they go from like peaceful shamblers to like aggravated
zombies. Right. It backfires.
I mean, that's one way to take down the society.
Yeah.
Because they're living on easy street when the zombies aren't fighting back. They
it takes it down, but it's not necessarily a good result.
Yeah, because now the world's in danger.
Right.
Now we've got a zombie epidemic.
Yeah, we go.
The good thing is we're still out in the outback. They haven't got to mainstream society.
Right.
So they've got to kill them all off before they reach any of the major cities. Because once they get there, the infection will spread like wildfire. The world is doomed.
Do they get the main guy with the infection? David Cross's character. They get him and infect him and turn him into one.
Oh, he becomes one.
Yeah.
Yeah, right, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But they still need to kill them all off.
Yeah, they do. It's like a hunt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all splayed out over the outback, all heading for different capital cities.
Yeah.
And they need to try and pick them all off one by one. So we've got like this action sequence for the last 30 minutes of the film.
Yeah. It's like a kangaroo hunt.
Yeah.
Just shooting.
Hanging out the back of a helicopter, popping them off.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that'll do.
What's our climax? What's the end?
That is the end. Surely that's the climax.
Oh, I like a darker end. This is Halloween, mate.
Well, I think they get them all.
I think they get them all.
Yeah.
I think they get them all. In fact, no, they think they get them all, and the original Nana, they think she's still playing Shambler. She's actually full-blown AIDS.
Right.
She's in the helicopter with him.
Yeah.
He has no idea that she's actually infected.
Yeah.
She's just holding it back so she can... And maybe the last shot of the film is her reaching across and chomping into his neck.
Yes!
Just as they land
for the sequel.
Back. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we've got full infection.
What do we call this thing?
Okay, titles.
The tag. It's a shambles.
We need it.
Good soundtrack. Drowning Pool. Bodies. Let the bodies hit the floor.
That's great. Dead Bodies Everywhere by Korn.
What about
disappointing
tagline?
Yeah.
He had the whole world in the embalm of his hands. Oh, that's so bad.
That is awful.
I wish I'd never been born. Shambles. Shambler. The Shambling Man.
Shambling Man, Shambling Nan. I'm grabbing at straws. Anything, man. It's like
the Shambling Nan.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, that's it.
It's a shambles.
Thanks, Will.
Thank you, Will. The Shambling Nan.
The Shambling Nan.
Let's recap it. We got The Shambling Nan is our title.
Yep.
It's a Shambles is our tagline.
Much like this episode.
Very much in parallel.
See, I thought you would have been all over this being a horror buff. You've let me down.
I think
You've let them down.
Mate. I'm sorry. I think our story is good.
Yeah.
Like, I think the movie itself is solid.
Let's go over it.
So we're in the near future.
Yep. 20 years.
20 years down the line.
Yep.
There are these extreme embalmings where basically they reanimate your recently deceased loved one. Something that they used to do in their actual life to make everyone feel better. Maybe it's riding a lawnmower, maybe it's dancing a disco, maybe it's hanging off a basketball ring. Problem is, these animated deadies are starting to stack up. They're walking the streets, they're clogging up the cinemas, the shopping malls.
So much so that they become they get nicknames, the Shamblers.
Yeah, these deadies are called shamblers because they're just shambling down the street.
Yeah.
Bumping into stuff, getting in the way. They're the pests.
They're basically possums. Yeah.
Stinky, messy, decomposing possums.
Yes.
And they necessitate these dead collectors people that go and pick them up, put them away.
Yep.
We follow one dead collector in particular, played by Jordan Peele.
Correct.
He discovers that there is this shadowy society. Shady society that's plucking off shamblers.
Because there's a lot of them.
They're everywhere.
Disposable.
Plucking off these shamblers and taking them out to the middle of Australia, to the middle of the outback, where he's got a compound. And in this compound, you can pay, if you're rich enough, you can go there and pay money to do whatever you want to do to these shamblers. No questions asked.
Yep.
The Necro Ranch. That's where it all goes down. So he discovers that this is taking place and he feels really bad about it. So on the weekends, Jordan likes to go to this retirement village. He also
conveniently
happens to be mates with a nan who lives in a retirement village.
A nana.
They've become good friends.
Who's near death.
She's close to death. She has a terminal illness.
Yep.
She's probably a few months maybe. Maybe it's close.
It's a knife's edge.
He tells her about this shadowy society and what's going down.
Yep.
She says, why don't I use my last few months constructively?
Impersonating a shambler.
She gets plucked off, taken out to the compound.
Yep.
She's got a GPS tracker wedged up her cavities, so he's able to follow her out to the compound.
Yep.
See what's going down.
Oh, and it's going down.
It is horrific what's taking place. Everything you
Horrendous.
can imagine.
Yeah.
And worse.
And worse.
All sorts of things.
It's like a Serbian film.
Back in society, someone has created a
virus.
Once this retrovirus is injected, it turns the shamblers from peaceful, docile, lumbering oafs into aggressive, bloodthirsty zombies.
More traditional zombies.
Like we've seen in 28 Days Later, that sort of thing.
Yep.
He takes this retrovirus back to the compound, injects one of the zombies.
They turn on each other.
Once they bite each other, the other one's infected. They shred the compound from the inside out.
Yeah.
Take it down, kill off David Cross in a really gruesome sequence.
Yeah, I like to think he gets eaten by them instead.
Yeah, devoured. Slowly.
Yeah.
They bust out of the compound and they start heading to all the major cities. So now we've got a new problem.
Yeah.
Because if they make it to any one of these major cities...
Apocalypse.
So he goes into Rambo mode, basically.
Yep.
All his old SEAL training comes back in handy. He jumps in the back of a chopper, grabs Nana, throws her in the back, and he's flying along picking off shamblers.
Yep.
Who are now not shambling anymore. They're actually vicious zombies. So he's killing them one by one.
Thinks he gets them all.
Gets the last one just shy of the suburbs.
Yeah.
Saves the day.
Yeah.
He's killed them all.
Yep.
Lands back at his helipad. It's a glorious, victorious moment.
Still with the nan.
On the side. Turns around to give her a hug and celebrate this great thing that they've done together.
She's turned. Bang.
Sinks her teeth into his neck.
Yeah. Cut.
Cut to black.
Boom.
Boom.
The shambling nan.
The shambling nan.
It's a shambles.
Well, as promised, that was a real shambles.
It was indeed a shambles.
Yeah.
But a good time was had by all.
It was good fun.
Yeah.
Next week, we've got a really good episode. I mean, I say that every time, but I really mean it this time.
Do you?
Yeah. Yeah,
I don't know what to believe anymore.
It's got nuclear dogs, Russia versus America.
It's got Steve Buscemi and his googly eyes.
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg.
John Malkovich.
Yes.
Literally, what more could you want in an episode of a podcast?
It's all there. There's something for everyone in the family.
Yeah, maybe not Nan
Yeah, maybe don't show Nan.
or your dad.
Not many people in the family will enjoy this.
No.
Yeah.
Have you got any Russian relatives?
Your weird Uncle Steve, he might be into it.
Yeah. He's into everything, isn't he?
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get off, uncles.
Don't get him started on those conspiracy theories.
All right. Until next week, don't forget to flush.
See you, cunts.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
He jumped over 3 linebackers in midair, sprouted antlers like a gazelle.
No one laughs at a master of quack fu.
Real nice. Many have died from starvation due to the difficulty of finding enough food, such as seal. Shut up!
No more Mr. Nice Duck. That's it. Right, Mr. Sitz?
What do you make of that? You know, it's the most fantastic story I've ever heard.
The Brown Carpet Podcast.
Yep.
Not really, no.
Let's just do it. Yep.
Drinking beers, mate. It doesn't look professional.
Gremlin.
Gremlin?
Still Gremlin?
Bobblehead gremlin? Don't break it, mate.
Okay. Oh, here we go.
Glenn's on board.
Glenn, oh no.
Hello, Glenn.
Oh no, Glenn.
Now, last week, Glenn, you joined this live chat and you said nothing. You just stalked. I'm expecting a little bit of input from you, Glenn. It's the least you could do.
The very least.
Try not to... Well, no, just unleash. Whatever you
No,
need.
don't unleash because there's a screen.
There's a screen. Glenn hasn't commented yet. I'm disappointed, Glenn. I figured you would be commenting feverishly at this point.
He's doing something else feverishly to our faces because we're hot. I'm a mad shambler, and this is what I say. I like to shamble in the only way. I don't know, that's horrible.
We've got the whole film plotted out, start to finish. That's done. Whoa. I will edit this down. It's going to be clean. He's bumping up coke out there.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's doing lines. It's over. It's done. It's finished. We've been doing this for...
Ridiculous! Oh, shit.
You're ridiculous.
Ridiculous,
We've been on for 50 minutes or so, and you show up now?
And we needed help.
All right, listen up. Sheriff's Department's close by. We'll be safe there. Okay. Stay close. I'll get you out of here.